as we continue to celebrate our victory. Winning an election, I'm sure you all know, winning an election, particularly in our climb, is not an easy feat for anyone. So for us to be here today, we have every reason to thank God. And I say to you, welcome to perhaps, for some people, the most derided, the most hated, the most misunderstood club in Nigeria, the club of legislators. But before I continue, let me, very good, Mr. Chairman, yes, there's a problem here with this setup. So before I continue, I think we can try and fix that problem. There's a fundamental error here. We call this the joint task. Many people restrict that meaning of joint task to party coloration, that we embody all parties. And that's what it is, essentially. But joint task also means that we're all in this together. On this table, the high table, I don't see any new member here. And neither do I see any female. So the joint task includes old and new members. So if we can get 2 chairs, one for Honorable Ibori, so having said that, while the chairman fixes the problem, let's move in right along. Thank you all for coming to listen to, not me, but to, by God's grace, the next speaker of the 10th Assembly. I'm here, I stand before you here as a testament of what party loyalty and consistency can do in your life. I have a story to tell, and I'm sure everybody has one story or the other to tell. My story may not be unique. I came here on the platform of a party. We don't have independent candidacy in Nigeria. It's not in our constitution, neither is it in our laws. Perhaps one day we will get to that point. But my, not admonition, my belief, my core belief is that if you come here on the platform of a party, there's a saying all over the world, even in the most advanced democracy, that your party is always supreme. You will disagree with your party. Just like people will disagree amongst family members. But at the end of the day, it is the party is an organized structure. Let no one kid you. I'm here to offer advice. Let nobody kid you. We've done, and I've been the pioneer, the leader of what they call the House Project at one time, when Tambuwal was the speaker and when we installed Tambuwal. I regret it. The incoming speaker will tell you more about the travails and the problems we went through for 4 years. When we did that the first time and when we did that the second time. And I want you to hold that in stark comparison to what the last 4 years has been. Now, when you look at those 2 sessions and the last one that we're just rounding up, you have the benefit of being able to compare, and then you take a decision, an informed decision. Not once somebody tells you and says, oh, no, nobody's going to, the independence of the legislature cannot be compromised. That's hogwash. Nobody is compromising the independence of the legislature. Nobody. The least person that would do that is me. But because the fact that your party says this is where we're going, it doesn't mean that you're compromising the independence of the legislature. Even in the most advanced democracies, we just saw the United States elect their speaker about 3, perhaps maybe 4 months ago. The Republican Party, the majority party, and the members they all went one way. Who were they listening to? Who gave them the direction? An ex-president. An ex-president, Donald Trump. Not even the sitting president, because he's a Democrat. And that's an advanced democracy. So I want us to wear our thinking caps. Many of us are new here. People will talk to you. People will cajole you. They'll say all flowery, all sorts of things in flowery language and romantic language. But at the end of the day, we have to be mindful of one thing. The party we represent has its leaders. The governors from the states, whether we like it or not, they're very powerful. You can do your own bidding, your own personal bidding today. Did somebody just say speaker?
No.
There is only one speaker at a time. If you want to call, you can add the word adjective incoming. Don't just say speaker. We guard these things very jealously. So I say these things as a prelude just to advise from my own experience. In 2015, I ran for the speakership of the House of Representatives. The whole world, the party nominated me, the whole world, everybody was assumed, it was a safe assumption at the time that I was going to win that race. We lost by about 6 votes.
8 votes.
6, 8 was marginal. I will recount some things here so that I put things in perspective, because I'm sure many of you have been hearing all sorts of things. A few of our party members worked against me. Very few. And combined with the opposition, which was PDP at the time. 4 years later, I ran again and won that election with 284 votes, the highest in history of Nigerian parliament. And what did I do? I think the time has come for me to say one or two things which I ordinarily would not say. What did I do? I gave the chairmanship of perhaps the most powerful committee in any legislature in the world to one of the prime movers who fought against me and worked against the party at the time. Not only did I give him that committee, I turned my face away and gave him a free hand, just like I did with every committee chairman. If I don't support you today, we all have to fear God. It is for a reason. It's not because I have a problem with you. It's not because I don't like you. It's because as I stand here today, for those who know me, I've been here, I just won my 6th term. Perhaps the oldest legislator here today, except for one, Mutu. It is because I eat, I drink, I sleep, I wake with the legislature in my heart. That is my constituency. And I love that institution so much that I decided to support the person that is least closest to me of everybody that is running. Because I saw in him a man with tremendous capacity. You see, I'm very big on capacity. Very, very big. My point is, he quietly makes his impact. Very quietly. When I found out that he had drafted and sponsored 78 bills in this session, I was, what kind of human being is this? Who does that? To draft and sponsor one bill can take a year, can take 2 years of thorough research. But to do 78 when you're not a bill factory. But not only do you sponsor 78 bills, you actually have 21 of them passed into law. Perhaps in another year, many of you who are new will find out the rigors, the passion, the commitment, the legwork, the reaching across the aisles that you have to do to even pass one bill, let alone 21. So I found in Tajudeen somebody I felt we could be proud of as members of the House of Representatives. That is not to say that others don't have capacity. But there's capacity and there's capacity. I'm not going to stand here and run anybody down. Everybody is my friend. The price of leadership is that when moments like this happen, your friends become your enemy. I've been reading, and I'm sure so have you, been reading and hearing all sorts of amazing rumors. Today I read one on something to do with $15 million in the papers. I had a good laugh. I chuckled. One of the members called me. I said, wait, I'm still working on it. Don't worry, it will come. 15 million what? Dollars? But, like I said, uneasy lies the head that wears the crown. It's the prize of leadership. You continue to hear stories, webs and tissues of lies being spun around your person. But then again, that's leadership. Honorable colleagues, I only have one thing to say to you. I only ask you for one thing. Many of you know me, and many of you don't because you're new. But I suggest and I ask that you talk to those who know me, who I have served, my members that I have served for 4 years. I want you to trust me. I want you to trust my judgment. Even if it's a leap of faith, I want you to take that leap of faith. Trust my judgment on this one. For somebody who loves the institution, I can never lead you astray. I know my members, and they know me. My style of leadership is different. I don't micromanage. As long as my members are happy, I'm happy. Even at my own expense. And I have found those same traits in Tajudeen Abass. Now let me give you a little anecdote. The guys that brought Tajudeen Abass to me, one of the prime movers of his campaign. He said he took an interest in him because somebody came to him. Israel Goni is his name. You might want to ask around. Israel Goni is TJ's deputy chairman in the Committee on Land Transport. Members will tell you, for the new members, old members will tell you that you will never, ever find a chairman that gets along with his deputy. Hardly. Rare. They are always at loggerheads. But Israel Goni walked up to the person who brought TJ and went on his knees and begged him, please, I want you to support my chairman for speaker. And the guy was shocked because he had never heard anything like that the deputy will come and say he wants his chairman to be the speaker. As if that was not enough, TJ is from the mainstream, from Zaria, Kaduna. A gentleman friend of ours, a colleague, Honorable Amos Magaji, from southern Kaduna, the Christian part of Kaduna, a PDP member, went to meet the same guy and said, please, whatever you do, I want you to support Tajudeen Abass. So the gentleman was surprised that one, I have a PDP man from southern Kaduna, and then a deputy chairman. He didn't know TJ that much. And then he started making his inquiries. And he found him to be a gentleman, and he brought him to me. And I said to TJ, I said, look, I can never go against my party. If the party zones to the northwest, I will support you. You're a good man, you're gentle, you're mature, you're smart. But if the party zones away from your zone and go somewhere else, count me out. It will be painful, but I will not do it. But that's, God will have it. And so I'll say this because a lot of people think they give me more credit, more power than is due me. A lot of people think I zoned the speakership. I handpicked, I zoned. And microzone. I wish I had those powers. I said to the people who zoned, why Northwest? And they said to me, go and read your political history. That from the day Nigeria was born, the Northwest being the largest voting bloc with 7 states, has never, ever been outside the top 4 hierarchy in Nigeria. I said, I didn't know that. That little tidbit I didn't know. I said, no, go and do your history. Not once. And the merger of APCs between the Southwest and the Northwest, why would it be my time or our time that Northwest will be left out of the calculation? And that's why they zoned 2, amongst many other reasons, apart from the number of votes that they brought, 30% of our figures. One of the reasons why Northwest wanted vice president. But sometimes you must be selfless enough to put country first. I cannot have a president-elect from Lagos, even though my members would have decided that, look, that's what they want. The optics will not be good. We have just come out of a divisive election. Very divisive. The most divisive in history. How then can one zone take 2 spots out of 4? So I refuse to do it. I refused to get that bait or bite that bullet. Otherwise, today, hopefully, maybe, you would have been here. Standing before you would have been the incoming Speaker of the 10th Assembly. Sorry, I may not have 78 bills. So for me, sacrifices are meant to be made in politics. And if you make your sacrifice today, you will reap the benefits along the line sometime. To the new members, let me say this to you. And let me beat my chest. You will not be left behind. You will not, read my lips, you will not be left behind. When I became Speaker, many of my old colleagues are here. They fought with me. Why are you giving everything to the new members? Why are you giving everything to the new members? It took all my ingenuity to explain to them that the new members were part of the joint task. And today, we thank God, it is those same new members that have stood for 4 years, along with my old colleagues too, as a bulwark. This is today, in the first time in the history of Nigeria, that the House of Representatives has not had any. There's been no turmoil in the House. Many people might come to you and say, oh, they are the ones that stabilize the House. I've heard that too. I have a good laugh. People have gone on campaign trying to run me down. I have a good laugh. Some people have said, and I watch it on TV, that why would he pick somebody outside of us, this close circle? I am the next in line for succession. Why not me? This is the chairman appropriation, an older member. Why not him? But they forget that on 2 occasions that I ran for speaker, 2015, Tambuwal, the speaker then, had a preference. Dogara was a floor member. I was the most senior APC member in that house. The roof did not come down. I did not blame Tambuwal that, oh, well, I'm the most senior, why not me? In 2019, Dogara himself had a preference in Bago. I was the house leader. I did not say, why Bago, why not me? I'm the house leader. It doesn't work like that. Old colleagues, thank you very much for taking time out to come here, to listen under the sound of my voice, to listen to me, to listen to all the other speakers. Please, if you take nothing away from here, take away one thing, that I'm genuine. I have no hidden agenda. I have no hidden agenda. Right? No horse in the race. Nothing. All I want is the best for the institution. The best and nothing but the best. And my prayer is that the Almighty God will give us the best, and that this institution which we all love so much will continue to thrive, that this 9th house, or rather this 10th house, will be better than the 9th house. That is my prayer. If there are any issues, Honorable, the incoming speaker, he has a unique style. He has a listening ear. And I believe he will carry on from where we left. There's something I think I need to address. Somebody had pointed to me, had mentioned to me earlier. When I came, I'm going to be very careful. I'll choose my words very careful because we're not alone. It's not an executive session. So I'll be very, very careful. There are funds during budget that's given to members. My understanding is that some aspirant is going around saying, they did it, I did it. This one? Okay, but you get the point. I've communicated. No matter how gentle I am, I do not want what I did to be ascribed to somebody else. I do not want that. On the issue of projects, we have a lot of members that are not coming back. A lot of members are not coming back. They have projects in their constituencies that they put in the budget. It is their projects, save that they are not coming back. We had this problem 4 years ago. It was a very serious problem. This was how I resolved it. He may have better ideas. I'm not speaking for him. But I believe in equity and fairness. And I said to the new members then at the time, many of them are here now in the front row, but they were new members then. I said, God forbid, it's possible in 4 years' time, you may not return, and the new members want to claim your project. And that is happening today. We met, I said, let it be a win-win for everybody. And what we did was to split the projects, or whatever, 50-50. I have not discussed the matter with him, but I know he will do justice. He will not shortchange you guys. He will not shortchange the new members. That I can guarantee you. You will benefit from those projects because the next budget is not until September, October. But remember that some people put those projects there. Try and work with them somehow. They are called constituency projects. So really, you should inherit them, but work with them somehow. So that in 4 years' time, God forbid, you'll all, by God's grace, you'll all return. But if one or two don't return in 4 years' time, the person that takes over from you will work with you as well. Thank you very much for giving me a listening ear. Welcome once again to the 10th Assembly. I look forward to working with you. Wherever I find myself in the future, believe that I am with you. My heart is with you. Wherever I find myself in the future, this is my primary constituency. God bless you.